I stand at the rim, where the earth falls away into an ocean of color and shadow and the silence feels alive. The air is thin here, but the weight of this place is heavy. Every cliff face, every jagged peak, every mile of winding canyon walls, they preach a sermon older than any man. And I am here to listen. Some say these rocks are silent, but Jesus once said, if they keep quiet, the very stones will cry out. And standing here, I swear I can hear them. The sound is not a whisper, it is a roar, echoing from the past to this very moment. These layers speak of power, of judgment, of mercy. Look closely. The story isn't written in ink, it's written in limestone, sandstone, and shale. It's etched in fossilized remains of creatures that once swam. Creatures buried not slowly, not over millions of years, but catastrophically, swept away by a flood that changed everything. The world once was paradise, but sin brought death, sin brought decay, sin brought a storm so great that the very fountains of the deep split open and the skies unleashed their fury. And here, in the heart of this canyon, you can see the chaos frozen in stone. From the top layer on the rim to the depths of the inner gorge, these walls tell of water that raged, of currents that sculpted and buried, of a world under judgment. They are a memorial to both wrath and grace, for while the flood destroyed, it also saved, preserving Noah, his family, and the promise of redemption. People will tell you a different story. They'll say this canyon took millions of years, that the river carved it grain by grain, patient and unrelenting. But I stand here and see the evidence of speed, of a world undone in days, not eons. I see massive sheets of rock layers stacked like pages in a book, bent, folded, and thrust upward while still soft and pliable. I see fossils so perfectly preserved, you'd think they were only yesterday buried. I see a chasm so vast, it could only have been shaped by forces beyond imagination. And I see God's hand in judgment, yes, but also in hope. Because this canyon isn't just about destruction, it's about renewal. Think about it. The same floodwaters that tore apart mountains also laid the foundation for beauty. The same event that wiped the slate clean made this place a monument of glory. These walls are a testimony. God brings life out of chaos, order out of destruction, hope out of despair. When I look across this expanse, I see more than geology. I see my own story. For my life too has been carved by forces I couldn't control, storms I didn't see coming, loss that cut deeper than any canyon. And yet, when the floodwaters receded, when the dust finally settled, I found that God had been shaping me the whole time, carving something breathtaking out of what I thought was only ruin. So when the world says these rocks are ancient relics of a godless past, I smile because I know better. I know these stones cry out, not of randomness, but of redemption, not of meaningless time, He will be there at the end. The Grand Canyon is a monument to the truth of His word, to the floodwaters that once covered the earth, and to the rainbow of mercy that followed, to the promise that no matter how deep the chasm, God's grace goes deeper still. So listen closely, and you'll hear it too. The rocks are crying out. They are shouting His glory. They are singing His song, and they are calling us to stand in awe, to bow in worship, to trust the One who makes beauty from ashes and carves eternity into stone.